India is primarily an agricultural country. About 60% of the Indian population is directly involved in agriculture. Attaining food security is the major goal for any agricultural country in the world. But just producing more food is not enough. The food produced must be also nutritious. A country with enough nutritious food for its population is said to have attained nutritional security. Biofortification is the term used by plant breeders and policy makers widely to achieve nutritional security of any country. Biofortification is the process of increasing the bioavailability and or the concentration of the micronutrients in staple food crops. In India, biofortification of staple food crops like rice and wheat are widely discussed for attaining nutritional security of India. In this video presentation, I would like to present about the role of transgenic phytase maize in ensuring nutritional security of India. In India, maize is grown in all the three seasons of a year, namely Rabi, Kharif, and Summer. Among three seasons, maize is mainly grown in Kharif as maize is rain dependent. India is the fifth largest producer of maize in the world. India produces 3% of maize produced in the entire world. Karnataka and Uttar Pradesh are the leading producers of maize in India, while Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, and Rajasthan are the other important producers. Over the past few years, the price of maize grains are steadily increasing in the market. In the year 2006, it was $158 per ton, which is a 14% rise than the previous year, that is year 2005. In India, maize is currently used for preparation of poultry feed and extraction of starch. About 75% of maize produced in India are bought by the poultry feed manufacturers and 20% is purchased by the starch extractors. India consumes a large amount of poultry feed. In the year 2006, the total poultry feed consumed is about 1.4 million tons. Poultry feed is composed mainly of soybean meal and maize. If poultry feed contains 1.8 million tons of soybean meal, it should contain 7 million tons of maize. Apart from maize and soybean meal, poultry feed should also be fortified with phytase enzyme. In maize, phosphorus is present as phytates, which have low bioavailability for monogastric animals like pigs and poultry birds. However, ruminants like goats and cattle can digest phytates as their digestive system can produce phytase. Whereas monogastric animals and human beings cannot uptake the phosphorus present in maize directly as they do not produce phytase enzyme that can digest the complex phytates present in maize. When maize used in feeds is not fortified with phytase, it results in two major problems. It results in serious growth and developmental problems in poultry birds and pigs, and it can also result in phosphorus pollution of the environment as the undigested phosphorus from the fecal matter of the poultry birds and pigs will contaminate groundwater and lakes. This can even lead to the eutrophication of lakes and ponds. Hence, addition of phytase enzyme is super important for manufacturing quality poultry and piggery feeds. However, addition of phytase enzyme artificially had resulted in increase in the cost of production of poultry and pigs. This in turn had resulted in severe price rise of poultry products in India. Even though India has the largest vegetarian population in the world, the food habits of Indians are rapidly shifting to non-vegetarianism. It is estimated that 70 to 75% of the country's population is non-vegetarian. India is the fifth largest producer of poultry in the world. Among all the non-vegetarian foods, poultry is predominantly consumed by Indians due to its availability, comparatively affordable prices, and wide consumer acceptance. Religious restrictions had reduced the consumption of beef and pork considerably in India. Reduction in cost of production of poultry will reduce the price of eggs and chicken. This will help the poor people of India to buy them. As eggs and chicken are good sources of proteins and minerals, this will result in achieving nutritional security of India eventually. Phytase enzyme is produced by various plants and animals. Phytase enzyme is also produced by fungus like Aspergillus niger and Aspergillus fumigatus. Phytase enzyme is expressed in various systems like potatoes, barley, wheat, and tobacco by using various transformation procedures. But the most commonly used transformation procedure is to use a cauliflower mosaic virus 35S promoter. This resulted in plants with low phytate content. However, a cost-effective, stable, efficient, and commercially viable plant protection system was developed by various seed and biotechnology industries. Phytase maize in China. The world's first phytase maize was approved in China by the Chinese Ministry of Agriculture in the year 2009. It was developed by a Beijing-based biotechnology company called Origin Agritech Limited. The Chinese Academy of Agricultural Studies studied it for 7 years before its approval and commercial release. This phytase maize developed in China increases the absorption of phosphorus in monogastric animals up to 60%. In China, instead of adding phytase enzyme, inorganic phosphorus was directly added to the feeds to make poultry feed production more cost efficient. This addition of inorganic phosphates to maize in animal feeds had resulted in the release of 2.5 million tonnes of phosphorus per year from the animal fecal matter. China faced serious environmental problems due to this. Phytase maize can reduce the release of phosphorus in fecal matter of animals up to 40%.
Even though maize is not a major food crop in India, it has got high commercial value. Commercialization of transgenic phytase maize can be very expensive and can be cumbersome with the current regulatory system of genetically modified crops in India. Public sector institutions and private sector institutions have worked together in the commercialization of BT cotton and are working together in commercialization of BT eggplant. However, release of transgenic food crops evokes high resistance from anti-genetically modified crops activists in India.
In order to avoid the problem of resistance by activists and to achieve less cumbersome commercialization, public sector institutes like Tamil Nadu Agricultural University are conducting research to produce low phytate maize through marker-assisted breeding approaches. The phytate content in maize inbreds usually vary from 1.8 mg to 4.2 mg per gram in the inbreds. In Genomics and Proteomics Laboratory of Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, maize inbreds are evaluated for high yield with low phytate content. New low phytate lines are developed through mutation sources. Identification of closely linked DNA markers with low phytate content in maize is also done in the Genomics and Proteomics Laboratory of Tamil Nadu Agricultural University. Developing backcross-derived progenies and selecting and evaluating them for low phytate content through marker-assisted breeding and evolving low phytate maize with high yield for general cultivation are some of the projects related to low phytate maize in the lab.
However, evolution in the regulation of biotechnology in India with the release of Biotechnology Regulatory Authority of India Bill in 2009 in Indian Parliament had offered enough promise for the release of phytase maize and commercial production of phytase maize. Once the cost of production of non-vegetarian food is decreased in India, then the price of non-vegetarian food will decrease in India, which will eventually lead the poor people to get more access to non-vegetarian food. This will also lead to the improvement in their nutrition. This can result in nutritional security of India.